What's good, YouTube? Make sure you check out my website, analysisplayground.com. A link will be in the comment section and in the description. You can just click it and go there. Make sure you become a member and subscribe to the email so you can get updates on the website. Here you'll find NBA tributes and daily highlights when the games come out in October, NBA breakdowns, and NBA rookie analysis. Good YouTube, it's your boy Quinway Basketball Analysis coming to with another NBA with the set to get you excited for the season. Today we're going to talk about a team that we really don't know what to expect, so I'm going to try to gauge what we can expect for this team, and that's the Sacramento Kings. They got Marco Bellinelli, they got Rajon Rondo, they got Costa Koufis, so they got a lot of new players. They plan to build a good roster. They took a gamble on Rajon Rondo. He's saying it's going to pay off. This is a roster that I can see paying off for him because he got a lot of people. He got DeMarcus Cousins, he got Willie Cauley-Stein, two big men that can DeMarcus Cousins can shoot the mid-range, and he a good playmaker, so he can feed off him, and DeMarcus Cousins is a good finisher. And Willie Cauley-Stein going to stay by the basket, so you already know where he's going to be. And he can throw a lot of lobs and bounce passes to him to get some good finishes. And you know Rudy Gay is a good knockdown three-point shooter and a good mid-range shooter off the dribble, but he also can be a good spot-up mid-range and a good spot-up three-point shooter. So Rajon Rondo, same with Ben McLemore, he can knock down mid-range and knock down spot-up threes, and they both athletic, small forward and wing guys. And you know Rondo is a decent defender when he tries. He haven't been trying the last couple years, but when he went to Dallas, they did improve defensively when he came. So I think Rajon Rondo is an elite point guard when he's healthy and when he tries, but he haven't been doing that for the last couple years. So we don't know what kind of Rondo we're going to get, but Rondo betting on himself. He signed a one-year deal, so it's either he gonna get some more big money next year, or it's either he's gonna fail again like he did in Dallas. So they still gave him 10 mil, and they still gonna, and George Karl believe in him, and obviously Vlade Divac does too. So Rondo playing with nothing to lose this year. Either he gonna get his money or he not. So that's what he got right now. So, and I think he's gonna prevail this season, because I don't think Rondo signed that 10 million deal just to fail. Like, hey, I'm gonna try my hardest and end up doing like he did in Dallas, was being a team cancer. I think he's gonna actually go out here and try to become an all-star, which is gonna be hard to do in the West, but he's gonna try to be an all-star point guard this season for the Sacramento Kings and try to lead them to the playoffs the best he can. So they got the talent though. Ben McLemore, Rudy Gay, DeMarcus, Willie, and Rondo. Costas as a backup center. You got Marco Bellinelli on the bench. You still got some decent power forwards. So I don't know, this team looking pretty good right now. I'm liking the roster, I'm liking the starting lineup. It's just that they've been so terrible the last couple years. I don't really know what to expect. They added better talent, more better players, more specialists to the team, but we got to see how it all, you know, the chemistry, how that works. How they go, is they gonna crack under pressure? They win 5 games, lose 5 games. Is they gonna nail it in like they did last season? They lost a couple of games and it was a terrible team for the rest of the season. Is they gonna nail it in? Can George Karl, can he get this team like he did Denver? They lost Carmelo, and then he still found a way to make all these players fit together and make the playoffs. Even though they didn't do anything, they got put out in the first round, but at least he made them a playoff team. And George Karl always been like that. He can take the talent, the most talent you can give him, and he can make it work to his best of his ability and still make him a playoff team, because he's an offensive genius and a genius as a coach in general. So this roster, going by George Karl, his standards, this is probably better than the team he had in Denver, because he got an all-star center, he got an all-star, borderline all-star in Rudy Gay, and he got a borderline all-star in Rajon Rondo, but an all-star when healthy when he tries in Rajon Rondo. So this is one of the better rosters that he had in the last couple years, and I think he can do special things with this roster. I do question it defensively what they're going to do, because you know George Karl never been known as a defensive player. He never really had defenders anyway, but he never really been known as a defensive coach these last couple of seasons. And he got the right offensive team, I can tell you that much. They can score on anybody, but can they stop enough people to win games? And to close out games, can they get the stops? Is they mature enough to win games? Can they go out in the fourth and the third quarter and make statements, get stops, and make winning plays? Because you know they got maturity issues on the Sacramento Kings, and that's something that George Karl gonna have to pan out too. Can they win basketball games because they've been so used to losing these last couple seasons? Can they turn into a contender? Can they turn into a competitive team for 82 games? Like I said, sometimes they play good. They lose a couple games, then they lack of maturity kicks in. Then they don't try as hard as they did. Even DeMarcus Cousins said he gave up on the team. So with that being said, is he going to give up when they lose a couple of games, when they win 5, when they lose 5? Is they going to still play hard to win another 5? Is they going to nail it in the coffin? Like I said, can they dust off the dust and get it back to winning? So this team got to go through a lot of changes chemistry-wise. They got to gain that trust. Jules Carl got to coach his ass off offensively and defensively, get his team an identity offensively and defensively too, because we don't know what this team is. We don't know how they're going to play defense. We don't know how they're going to run their offense. I know they're going to run a whole lot of pick and roll. I don't know what else they're going to do though. So this is one of the most interesting teams in the whole NBA. I do got this team as a radar. Like, I can see this team making the playoffs, and I can see this team doing some damage if everything goes right. Like, I'm taking a gamble. Like, this team I don't see making the playoffs, but if they did, it'd be like the surprise team in the West, kind of like what Golden State did this year. We knew they had the talent. We knew they was good, but we didn't know what Steve Kerr was going to do. We didn't know what he was going to do with the roster. David Lee went down, and they was hot, and they surprised the whole NBA this season. With Draymond Green, he was supposed to be on the bench, and David Lee got injured, and he ended up being a starter for the whole season. Now he got $85 million. I do think if I had to pick a team from the West, because I don't think Utah is a surprise team. I don't think really the Pelicans are a surprise team. I don't really think no team can take me by surprise in the West besides the Sacramento Kings. That's what I'm saying. They're the most interesting. And like Dallas Mavericks, we know Rich Carlisle can coach, and we know what he can do. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made it in the playoffs either. But I think if the Sacramento played in the playoffs, they will be the surprise team in the NBA. They got the talent, they got the coach, but can they put it all together? And if I do put it all together, I don't see this team really winning, getting past the second round. I think if they make the playoffs, they'll be at the bottom, the 7th, 6th, the 6th, 7th, or 8th, which means they most likely will be a first round exit. And if they do make the playoffs, they do get. I can see them getting to the second round at the max. I don't think with this roster right now and defensively got a lot of question marks, maturity, chemistry issues, competitive issue. Their competitiveness is an issue too. So with that being said, I don't really see them being a threat in the playoffs unless they just get a good momentum and just keep pushing forward. So I got this team as an under the radar surprise team that can be a playoff team and get to the playoffs and do some damage a little bit. But I don't have them being more than that. That's why I expect from them to either be a bad team or a surprise team. But I don't really know which one. I'm going with the bad team over the surprise because I don't really know what they can do defensively, and I don't know what they're doing offensively. But if they do get everything to go, they'll be the surprise team in the West. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you guys think. Quinn Wade, Basketball Knowledge, signing out. Feel free to check out my older videos. You like this video, like my older videos, subscribe. And if you don't like it, you know what to do.